in the movie Police Academy, if you've ever seen it, 1980s movie, there's a situation of the driving course where Hooks has to drive and she's just happy-go-lucky and wee and all that. And she pulls up and she's about to park. Copeland is too close. She drives over his feet. He is bouncing around and in pain. And Captain Harris has to ask him, what is the problem? And she ran over my feet. Now, granted, the way he said feet, it was funny. But she gets out and she is apologetic. And I mean, she is apologizing. She is not far from being on her hands and knees apologizing. But that's not good enough for Copeland, who calls her a racial slur. So no one else really cared about it because it doesn't affect them. But Harris, Captain Harris, had an idea of the few in there of who it would affect. So he looks to the biggest person there, and it does affect him because not only is it a racial slur, but it's a racial slur against probably one of the most innocent-minded people in the whole academy. It's like taking a Colt 45 to a butterfly. So Captain Harris, he understands the gravity of what just happened. So Hightower, the one that is also offended. Oh, granted, now Copeland didn't call him that, but it's a slur against a race. So saying it against one is saying it against all because that's how he thinks about all of them. Plus, chivalry isn't dead with Hightower. So Hightower, he moseys on down with a stern, unyielding, stalwart look on his face. That damage must now ensue. Now, Captain Harris isn't going to get in the way of Hightower, but he is already reprimanding him and warning him. So Hightower lifts the car that Copeland flees into and flips it over. And due to that, Harris expels him from the academy as punishment for quote unquote assault and damage of property, while Harris doesn't care at all to discipline Copeland for the thing that he said that spurned this situation. Doesn't care that Copeland said things that's highly damaging to someone in a racial way at all. Doesn't care. So property over mental health is what we have here. Now, it sort of reminds me of when people are saying, don't shoot us, don't beat us. And then those that look like Harris and Copeland got to just say, you're wrong. And you need to be stamped out for your desire to not be harmed. And then you've got when two representatives get thrown out of a gun protest, they get thrown out. But those that look like, the one that looks like, Harris and Copeland, well, she gets to stay. She called out this obvious institutionalized thing, and now she's under fire because of it. So, you ever want to understand what institutionalized racism look like? This would be it. Thank you for listening.